Good afternoon. I am Shelley Thibodeau from Hill Middle School. I have two assistants today. I have Keith Garcia from Ann Richards Middle School, and I have Latoya Shanks from the mighty Gaston Panthers. We're going to start with the warm-up, just some stretching. I'm real big on stretching with my kids. I think it's very important for them to learn to stretch as they are younger so that they continue to stretch as they move on to high school and possibly play sports, participate in sports and athletics. And then we're going to play Frisbee baseball, and then we're going to move to soccer tennis. So we're going to play a few games, so we're not going to stretch or warm up that long. So I am incorporating noodles. I also am incorporating a rag or a towel. To me, they assist with the stretching process. As you get older, you're not as flexible as you used to be. So with the use of a towel or a noodle, you can pull yourself closer and get a better stretch. So whichever one you want to prefer. We're just going to warm up on the upper body with flexibility. We're just going to start. And then let's twist and hold it. And then go the other side. Try to keep those feet flat on the floor with your toes facing forward. And twist again. Thank you for the music. And one more time. Loosen up that spine. Feet are shoulder width apart, and we're going to switch to the other side one more time. How's that stretch, Coach Garcia? Good. You should feel it in your lower back a little bit. And one last time. And relax. Now we're going to bring this down in front of us. And again, we're going to twist, and you feel a different stretch with that hand further down. And go the other side, and you can rotate hands from top to bottom. A lot of lower back stretch, which we all need. And stretch one more time and switch. Just simple stretching. It doesn't have to be something that hurts or a lot of exertion. You just want to stretch and hold it. And switch. And one more time to this side. You feel that stretch in your shoulder. You feel it in your back. And one last time. And relax. Now, if you'll put that noodle behind you and grab it at the bottom, and just pull the noodle apart. You're not pulling it hard enough to break it, but you are just pulling against each other and holding that pull. And relax. We're not going to switch. Again, and stretch. Stretch with a smile. And relax. And one last time on this arm. And now relax, and we're going to switch. Now, I know with me, my left arm, even though I'm left-handed, has less flexibility. My shoulder does. So it's important to stretch on both sides and try to get that stretch even. And stretch by pulling apart. Keep your head straight. Feet are shoulder width apart. You can have a little bend to the knees. And relax. And stretch again. And relax. And one last time. And relax. Now we're going to hold the noodle behind us for this last stretch. We have each hand on either end of it, and we're just going to stretch our arms back. Try not to bend at your waist. Try to just take your hands away from your body. And hold it. And relax. And stretch. Your hands are at either end of your noodle. Make sure you're breathing and relax. And one last time. stretch and hold it. We're not bending at the waist. We're keeping our body straight and relaxed. Now we're going to move our hands closer to the middle. And last stretch. You get a different pull in your shoulders, in your pec muscles, and relax. And push back. And relax. And one last time. And relax. We're going to be playing soccer today, so we really need to stretch out the in and outside of our legs. So we're going to start with our feet straddle. A lot of 11 and 12-year-old boys, 13-year-old boys don't have a lot of stretch in their lower back and in their quads. So the use of a noodle or a towel will allow them to have a measurement that they can actually see as opposed to just reaching halfway down their shins. So we're going to start up. And we're just going to take this down to the floor. Flat back, toes facing forward. Slowly bring the rag or noodle to your knees. And squat and hold that squat. Take it back down to the floor. Slowly bring it back up to your knees and squat and hold that squat. And one last time, going down and hold it. And relax. We're going to go ahead and have a seat on the floor real quick. Keep your rag if you have it. This is where it really helps. If you have trouble touching your toes and extending your legs out, this is where your towel or noodle would come in handy. It would be easier to stretch our legs if we had a long noodle. That's why I switched to a rag. So you're just going to push out and extend. Try to keep your nose to your knees. Pull the towel towards you and you'll feel more stretch in your back. And relax and slowly bring your feet back towards your behind. Now if you can, grab that towel a little closer to your feet. If you're not able to, that's fine. You want to make sure that your legs are straight, and that's why you can make an adjustment on that towel. And nose to your knee and extend. And relax, and one last time. Pull your feet to your behind. Make adjustments with your hands if you can, and stretch out. And relax. Bring your knees, your feet back to your behind. Put your towel around you. You may want to grab it towards the ends, and you're just going to curl down and hold it. So you're holding that crunch position. And relax and pull up. If you want to make a hand adjustment, and curl down and hold it. Make sure you're keeping your feet on the floor and that you are breathing. And as you come up, exhale. And one last time, we're going to take it down and hold that crunch. And relax. We're going to put this equipment up and we're going to start our game. So we're going to have a couple minutes break and we will be back with you shortly. Thank you. Hi, welcome back. I have Coach Garcia over here and I have Coach Shanks. They are helping me today We finished our warm-up, and we're going to start with Frisbee soccer. Frisbee baseball, I'm sorry. You have to understand that we teach functional living skills as well as general ed students, and so we modify a lot of our games. So even though we're playing with foam discs and smaller buckets, we're going to move to larger baskets in a minute, but you can play with regular Frisbees, and of course, if we were outside, we would have more room to move and to spread out. So the way we're going to play Frisbee baseball is my first batter standing right by the red line. So if you're going to toss with your right hand, left foot is forward, so your right foot should be on the line. That's how we're kind of determine where we stay. He's going to try to throw the Frisbee without any assistance from Coach Shanks and make it in the bucket. If he does, he gets 1 point for first play, for going to first base. If he misses the bucket, that's 1 out. His next attempt, he'll have to start again at first. If he makes it, 1 point. He can go on to second. If he makes it at second, that's 2 points. If he misses it, that's another out. And then again, he comes back. He has a third throw or another throw, and he'll try to make it all the way around the bases. We're going to play to 11 points. And then in a minute, we'll partner it up, and we'll add a more difficult throw, and then with assistance from the opponent. Are you ready? Ready. Okay. And there's his first Frisbee throw. So, Ms. Shanks, if you'll just help adjust that, you can leave the Frisbee there or whatever. So he has 1 out. If you think that's too difficult, our partner over here, who's our partner opponent, could actually hold 1 hand on the bucket, if that helps. So he's got 3 outs. So now he comes to the outfield, and Coach Shanks comes to the infield. Show him what to do, Coach Shanks. Yes, you're correct. Oh, that was close. Good job. And she has 3 outs. So we're going to go to the second inning now. What's the score?
0-0.
0-0. I'm a big fan of the person that is throwing to always call their score. 2 outs. Oh, good try. So the score is still 0-0. We are now going to the top of the second inning. There's 1 out. 2 outs. And 3 outs. I have a sign up in my gym that says all physical education is modified activity. So we're going to modify this since we've gone through 2 innings without a score. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the buckets and we're going to bring in larger baskets. By doing this, we have a larger opening in the basket that may make it easier to throw the Frisbee actually into the mouth of the back of the basket. Okay, now Shanks, you're going to walk to second. So the score is 1-0. Oh, I'll get this one, Shanks. Nothing. Now the score is 6-0. We are in the top of the third. So you see that modification worked. Now we see that it works, we're going to see if it continues to work. If it is something that needs to be adjusted, again, we'll make that modification. You may want to pull that little flap up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's 1 out. That's 2 outs. Come on, Shanks. There we go. That's 3 outs. So now we are at the bottom of the fourth, and the score is 6-0. And we're going to 11. We're going to 11. We might want to spread that out a little bit if it's too easy for Coach. 1 out. 2 out. You get 3 outs. Let me get this one for you in case you need it. And 3 outs. So the score is still 6-0. And Coach Shanks has her. What's the score, Shanks?
1-2.
It's another throw. What's the score?
1 point per.
Uh-huh.
So
1-6. Close. Okay, so we're going to have our last inning. We can play to points or we can play to time. We're going to go one more inning, so you can either go to points or time or both. Why don't we spread this out a little bit since it's pretty easy for Coach Garcia. And let's see if he can get all the way around the bases this time. Oh, 1 out. 7, what's the score, Coach? 7-1. 8-9-1. Yep, and now he's throwing to third. 2 points a second.
Oh, okay, that's why I was out.
How many outs do you have, Coach? Okay, let me get you another one. Wait just a second. Call the score, please, Coach.
Come on, Coach.
That's 2 outs. Oh, okay, so he's got 12. And so this is Frisbee baseball, I'm sorry. Now, you have to understand that we bought baskets at the dollar store. We bought these baskets, little laundry baskets at Walmart. And then the Frisbees are nice, soft foam that we bought again at the dollar store. So this could be stuff you have around your house. For some of our students, a hard Frisbee would be very difficult to catch. So you could use a paper plate. You could use a foam Frisbee. You could use a regular Frisbee. There's many things that you have around the house that you could use. If you have a Frisbee that you throw to your dog, you can use that Frisbee. The only problem is your dog might run and get it before you get to score. So we're going to take a short break and we're moving on to soccer tennis. Soccer tennis. We just finished Frisbee baseball, and now we're going to soccer tennis. I have 2 different kinds of balls. Again, my sign in my gym says all physical education is modified. Again, all 3 of us teach students with disabilities, with special needs, and so we modify all of our games, not only for those students to participate, but other students as well, because they've got to be successful to score points, to feel good, and that's what we want them to do every day. So I've got 2 different kinds of balls. Eventually, you would want to use a soccer ball or a futsal ball in your gym. But as we're just learning this game, I decided to go to the dollar store and buy dollar store balls. They bounce really well. The net, we have 2 batting tees that we set up. You could use the leg of a chair, 1 chair over there, and tape your piece of plastic to the leg of the chair. You really can have your net 10 feet apart, 15 feet, however. If we were playing doubles, teams of 2 versus 2, we would maybe want to make our net a little longer. So I'm going to let them just warm up with the balls and let them play with both for each one for a few minutes, and then we'll see which one they choose to actually start play with. So you just warm up. But yes, I'll give you the, so you're going to pass it over the net. You get 3 touches on your side. So you can trap with your leg, with your shoulder, you can head the ball. Try that one. It doesn't have to be a back and forth volley. It does not have to be a back and forth volley. Let me run, go get some more balls while they're practicing. Looks like they may need a little practice with this game. You get 3 touches. You get 3 touches and then over the net. So this game incorporates skills from soccer. We use rally scoring, so it incorporates skills from volleyball. Here, Shanks, I've got it for you. Okay. It incorporates rally scoring from volleyball. And then, of course, passing the ball over the net incorporates tennis. So this is eye-foot coordination, which is very important. You can see that even as good of an athlete as Coach Garcia is, it's a little difficult for him, sorry. It's a little difficult for him. Go ahead, Shanks, trade balls. Give me that one. Way to go, Shanks. That was good. Another ball. So to start the game, it's with the drop kick over the net. Are y'all ready to start? Okay, so if we were actually playing and set up, we may tape off the floor as like a tennis court, and you would have to serve as you would playing tennis. We're not going to do that. We're just going to learn how to play the game to begin with. Go ahead. Okay, so what is the score?
1-0.
You see that Coach Shanks is using her body, which is... Okay, so just while we're getting started here, let me go over one thing about serving. One of the things that I make my students do whenever we play a game, because we're in a gym and there's so many of us and we have just a little bit of space, I'm trying to demonstrate that when my students serve, I make them have at least 1 foot on the line. So I let Coach Garcia serve from here, but normally in tennis, we do have a serving line, but instead of being all the way behind it, I just make my students have 1 foot on the line when they serve. This is in badminton. This is anywhere in any other games that we play. So, Coach Shanks, it's your serve. So what's the score? 0-1? 1-1 with rally scoring. That's correct. You get up to 3 touches. Okay. Where's that foot? Oh, good header, Coach. Call the score, Coach Garcia? No, that was your point.
4-1.
Did it hit the net on the serve going over?
Yeah.
Okay, so if it hit, well, he only served it to you. So in tennis, what do you have to do? You have to serve a second time. So what's the score?
2-1. No. Right.
That's correct. 2-2. She gets the second serve. Now, when we play this, you can play 3 games. Go ahead. We can play 3 games to 15 points each, which makes a match. And again, that's what makes it similar to volleyball. Sorry, Coach. No, you only get one bounce. Well, it can if you got it the first time, if you let it bounce the first time.
I hit it and it bounced over.
Okay, so her question is, can it bounce more than once? If when it comes over the net from Coach Garcia, if she does not let it bounce and returns it in the air, or attempts to return it in the air, and in doing that, it bounces on the floor and goes over, as long as it's one bounce. But if when it came over the net from him, if it bounced and hit the floor, that's her one bounce. So you can touch it 3 times, one bounce. What's the score? Oh, what's the score? Okay, we're going to have a tiebreaker right here for the benefit of time. Oh, good move. Okay, so Coach Shanks won. Again, we would play 3 games for a match, but due to time, we're going to end here. What did y'all think of that game? Good game?
Yeah.
Now, next week, I'd like to bring in and play doubles, play 4-square soccer tennis, if we can get that going. I think we can with the athletes that we have as coaches on our staff. I would like to thank Coach Garcia for assisting me today, as well as Ms. Shanks. Also, Mr. Carbo for his excellent videoing skills. We are going to stop there for today. I just want you to remember to stay safe, stay active, and be healthy. And thank you for joining Middle School Physical Education Summer Enrichment. See y'all later. Have a great week. Bye.